He is seriously thinking about calling off the wedding based on one tattoo she has on her body. Is he being the a-hole or not? You got something you want the Bert Show to debate a little bit, throw it out to Bert Show fam around the country, send us an email at thebertshow.com. Mo's got the email.
Hi, Bert Show. I need to know if I'm wrong here. I got married to my high school sweetheart in 2017. She was the love of my life and the woman of my dreams. In 2018, we welcomed a sweet baby girl into this world, and I felt my life just couldn't get any better. After my daughter was born, I got her and my wife's names tattooed on my chest. Unfortunately, in early 2019, my wife passed away unexpectedly. My world was turned upside down, being thrown into single fatherhood while also mourning the death of my wife. It was hard, and I'm honestly still not sure how I pulled myself through it. Fast forward to today. I'm engaged to a new woman, and I love her dearly. She is so good with my daughter, and I can honestly say that I'm happy for the first time since my wife passed away. Here's the part where I need to know if I'm wrong. My fiancé is insisting I get my wife's name tattoo removed or covered up, and I absolutely will not. She argues that it's weird seeing another woman's name tattooed on me and how she understands why I did it, but it's time to move on from it. She's threatening to call off the wedding if I don't comply, and honestly, that might be what ends up happening.
Whoa.
I understand her point of view, but I still love my wife, and I will always be in love with her. She will always be a part of me, and if this tattoo is a deal breaker, then maybe my fiancé needs to go. Am I the a-hole?
Ooh, that one's layered. You guys want to get in on this? Ooh, 1-855-BERT Show. Kristen.
Bye.
It's
the part that breaks my heart, that she says she understands why I did it, but it's time to move on from it. Mm-hmm. Grief is forever. He's never going to move on from it. You learn how to deal. You learn how to cope. You get better at handling those emotions. But this is the mother of his child. She will forever hold a place in his heart, and you need to move on. Not him, you. You need to accept that and realize that you are his present. That's part of his past. That's going to be with him forever, and that's kind of like the deal you get when you're with a person who's a widower. So you have to. This is a reflection of her, not of him, and she needs to deal with her own insecurities in order to make this a successful relationship, and I don't feel like he has to cover anything up.
Mo.
I see both sides of it. I really do. If I'm in his situation, I wouldn't want to cover it up either, and I probably wouldn't, and I don't think it's fair for her to give that kind of an ultimatum considering the circumstances. At the same time, I do understand how that could be hard for her to have to see another woman's name on him all the time and not wanting that. I do feel like if it was an issue for her, she should have brought it up a long time ago, not at the point where we were about to get married. I think she's a little late on the draw there, but I completely respect him standing up for himself, and I also respect her if she says, if you don't do it, then I'm leaving. So if leave, then everybody's good.
That's very middle of the road, right?
I genuinely, I see both sides of it. I don't think he should have to remove it, but I do understand her wanting him to.
So if this was my fiance, how would I feel about this, right? Every time I see her, she's got another man's name tattooed on her. This is one of these cases where it would probably bother me at first. And at this point, this is one of those times where I would go, F my feelings. F my feelings, man. I'll get over that. This is the woman that I'm spending the rest of my life with. This was part of her history. This is a man that she once loved and has history with. F my feelings. I'll get over it.
I think you would be a bigger man than me in that situation.
Hey, Mike, good morning. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Hey, guys. In a lot of cultures around the world, there are ways to honor the people who have passed and that you were married to. I'm Scottish Irish, and for us, it was if your husband or wife passed away, you still wore your wedding ring from them, but you wore it on the other hand.
Really?
Even once you got remarried, yeah. And so, if this was a divorce, I could see her asking him to take that name off of there because they were just divorced, but she passed away. And that's part of his story. That's part of who he is. And, it would be no different than if he had a scar or something. She's not asking to have that covered up. I think it's wrong. That's part of who he is. It's his story. It's his history. And she's not asking for him to take his daughter's name off. So why would this be any different? you learn to love him and go from there.
Very good. All right, argue the other point, because everybody's calling up pretty much saying that she's overreacting to this whole thing. So the side that you see that some others aren't.
I mean, it's really honestly just, I don't know if it's an insecurity thing or if it's I really don't know what it is. I just know, if I'm being honest, that yes, it would bother me to have to see another man's name on the woman who I am marrying all the time. Like that, would I try to get over it? Maybe. But I do know it would be an issue for me.
Elizabeth, last call on this. Thank you for calling. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on. I literally listen to y'all every morning.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Big time.
Sir. Yes, sir. So I was just calling to say that this is kind of crazy. Like, I would, this man, his wife passed away. So the mother of his child passed away. And I think that she's being extremely unrealistic, because that is something that he can never, ever get over or forget. And I just think it's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand why she's being like that. I mean, I kind of do. Like, I see both sides, but at the same time, she's going to have to get over it.
I appreciate you calling very much. And thank you for listening every day. Appreciate you.
Of course. Love y'all. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
The Bert Show.
So first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get the Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.